Is Ukraine preparing for its hardest decision yet in the war with Russia? A new report suggests Kyiv may be weighing a dramatic shift, one that could reshape the battlefield in the east. According to reporting cited by The Atlantic, advisors close to President Volodymyr Zelensky have discussed the possibility of major concessions involving the eastern Donetsk region, potentially putting the issue to a referendum as early as this spring. Ukrainian officials have not formally confirmed any decision to withdraw from Donbass, and the situation remains fluid amid ongoing fighting.
Do you expect to meet with President Zelensky when you're there?
I think so. I think he's going to be there, and there's a chance to see him. I believe it's on my schedule. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm sure we will.
Meanwhile, reports from Russian state media claim Ukrainian forces near Kupyansk are facing severe strain, citing personnel shortages, winter conditions, and logistical challenges. These claims include allegations of troop desertions and mounting casualties. However, these accounts come from Russian-linked sources and have not been independently verified. Kupyansk remains a strategic hub in northeastern Ukraine, with both sides continuing operations in and around the area. Control on the ground has shifted multiple times throughout the conflict. If confirmed, any move toward territorial compromise would mark one of the most significant developments since Russia's full-scale invasion began. For now, officials in Kyiv continue to publicly reaffirm their commitment to defending Ukraine's territorial integrity.
The midnight silence in Ukraine was torn by the roars of Russia's raging missile and drone onslaught. Ukrainian capital Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities came under heavy Russian assault overnight on February 12th. Kyiv Independent reported that Russia launched a non-stop ballistic missile onslaught. At 2:20 a.m. local time, Ukrainian Air Force scrambled fighters and defenses to thwart Russian ballistic missiles. But soon, the ground started shaking. A Kyiv Independent journalist on the ground reported loud explosions and sudden power outages, leaving Ukrainians freezing in the dark. A few minutes later came the drones. Russian Shahed-type killer drones swarmed the sky and attacked Kyiv. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko reported that the ballistic missiles targeted the city's infrastructure facilities. A home in the Donetsk district was hit. But Kyiv was not the only city on Russia's target. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, Russian missiles also targeted the cities of Dnipro and Pavlohrad in Ukraine's Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Throughout fall and winter, Russia has hammered Kyiv's critical infrastructure. Russia's assault on Ukraine's power grid has targeted not just Kyiv, but the entire country. A mass attack on February 7th damaged facilities servicing Ukraine's nuclear power plants and damaged thermal power plants far from the front lines. The strike marked Russia's worst attack on Ukraine's nuclear-connected substations throughout the full-scale war, reducing the volume of electricity generated by the country's nuclear power by around 50%. All of this as the war edges toward its fourth brutal year. Russia's latest missile barrage comes as Moscow refuses to commit to another round of peace talks proposed by the United States, as claimed by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Of Ukraine's defense. Many significant changes are currently taking place in the operations of air defense systems across various regions. In fact, the entire weight teams, interceptors, mobile fire groups, and the whole short-range air defense component operate is being completely restructured. But this is only one of the many elements of our defense that require significant changes. Changes are coming, and they are indeed coming. This also concerns the crucial control over providing the front lines with essential drones, weapons, and most importantly, sufficient personnel. It is precisely people, the people themselves, that is the most critical and fundamental issue. Training, and also the actual substantial replenishment of our brigades. The Minister of Defense of Ukraine, alongside the military command, is actively preparing and formulating crucial decisions. These are the steps that will strengthen Ukraine and effectively resolve the current issues. It is too early to make these details public now. When decisions have been 100% finalized, the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, our army, will present the details to the entire society. We are preparing society. We are preparing for two major security events this week. First, a gathering of defense ministers from nations allied with Ukraine. New support packages for our defense will be announced. The second format is the Munich Security Conference. Ukraine will participate in its work. It's important that Ukraine's messages are heard by Europe, heard by America, by all our partners.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That has often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out playwright.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.